So, hello everybody. I'm going to make a small video on my take on IELTS. So, I just did my IELTS and secured the overall band of score of 8. So, even though I have labeled it as secrets, many things are just quite obvious facts. Uh, so, let me share it. So I think it will help some of you to prepare for the exam. So first thing, uh, whether you should choose the computer-based or paper-based exam, what is better? So actually, in our country, we don't have the computer-based, the paper-based exam anymore. Mainly in the British Council. I'm not really sure about the IDP. But personally, I think there are a lot of pros of doing the exam through the computer because, of course, typing is more easier than the writing, and editing is easier because if you have written something, you have to erase it or rewrite it. So I think it will help the examiner also to read it, and I think the results are quicker to get because this computer based exam, uh, the system will automatically check the answers of your the listening and the reading sections. So I think personally I prefer the computer based system, but in your country check whether you have the paper based exam if you are trying to do that, and be familiar with the system because the common test we are doing for practice, uh, the maybe the Cambridge IELTS practice books, they are paper based type. So the computer based system is bit different, but the questions are the same. So if you have no idea what it will be like on the test day, so initially you will feel really boring day because there's a lot of fact checking before you start the exam. It's like going to the police, so they will take your fingerprints and check your these passport photos, and they will take a photograph. Uh, if we are doing it on two occasions, they will take the photograph in the first section, and after you enter the test center. So I'm describing especially the computer based test. So they will give clear instruction how to do the exam, and they will ask not to press any buttons in the computer before they advised you to do so. And before every section they will play a introduction video which explain what we are going to do and how to do it. And other than that, they will mention all the regulations before you start the exam. So you cannot even carry a water bottle uh, unless it is a clear water bottle, a transparent one. And of course, you cannot take any food with you. And other than that, of course, it again feels like the police because you cannot take a water break. I mean, you cannot go to the toilet. You cannot use the washroom um, without, I mean, spending that time from your exam time. Optimize view for you to easily select the MCQ option. So regarding the going between the sections, so you can go between sections by selecting the sections, of course. So clicking the arrow will just take you to the next question. And also there is option for you to mark the question if it was difficult, and you can specifically go to this question throughout the exam, even though you are doing another section. And of course you can highlight anything and use it to make it handy to do the exam. And so I was telling that you can highlight anything. So this is very helpful to um, especially in the reading section, even in listening and writing sections. So the last thing I wanted to mention is, of course, the questions can repeat in the exam. So I didn't know that until I do the exam, and it was really difficult to find reliable mock exams. So you can do these mock exams provided by the British Council and probably the IDP and the Cambridge University. The these books, and I don't know whether there are computer based test in the web. But so I personally did the mock test through the British Council website, and I really couldn't know that these mock tests are uh, similar to the real test. So because I have done the exam only one. So regarding my exam, so this is the question I got, and of course it was after I mean after coming home I just checked whether it is in online. So apparently it is there online. So I don't know whether how has it uh, served to the internet, but of course these questions given in the various sources may appear in your real exam. And of course practice doing these exams, especially writing part 1 and part 2. So writing part 1, another query I had was whether you get these boring type of questions like maps and diagrams still in these days. And I asked this question from the official British Council members while they were doing webinars, and they said actually uh, any type of questions in the part 1 can be seen in the real exam. So better to practice these things. To be honest, I practice doing this kind of questions and these life cycles and explaining procedures uh, only few days ago before the exam. So I think it was really helpful. Otherwise, I wouldn't have expected to do this kind of. I mean, I will feel I would have felt really bad when I got the real question in the exam. So that's all I have to tell. And maybe I can later um, add more tips that I got. I used to get through IELTS with average of average band score of 8. Okay, see you then.